tell you a little something about me.
A single lady raised me. Claudia was a true dynasty, a legacy. Like so many others, I didn't have a father. He died prematurely, but I always heard he was loved dearly. And I learned early how to work together. By doing this, we can make it through any weather. And all of that helped shape me into being simply Shanrae Price. I'm so calm, but don't mess with me. I'll keep the shirt off my back, and if I trust you, a lifelong friend, I'll be there. My name is Shanrae, but don't think you can play me. I'm not smart, but it don't mean that you can take advantage of me. Growing up, I was a fat kid, the church girl who can sing. How to measure up popularity and some friends. I worked hard in school, but my grades still fell short. So my plan was to be a good soldier for my country. This will be my way out, my way to succeed. My goal was to never repeat the struggles of my childhood poverty. My name is Shanrae. I'm so calm, but don't mess with me. I'll keep the shirt off my back, and if I trust you, a lifelong friend, I'll be there. My name is Shanrae, but don't think you can play me. I'm not smart, but it don't mean that you can take advantage of me. Plans to serve my country, well, it didn't stand, so I started working on a new plan. A 2-year degree is still a way out for me. The grants, the school money soon ran out. Couldn't stay in the school, I had to leave now. But I got hired by a star. I started traveling the world. I was singing on TV, and I was living out my dream. And then I started my family, and there was no more poverty. And I was sitting on top of the world, on top of the world. My name is Shanrae. I'm so calm, but don't mess with me. I'll keep the shirt off my back, and if I trust you, a lifelong friend, I'll be there. My name is Shanrae, but don't think you can play me. I'm not smart, but it don't mean that you can take advantage of me. Then it came home to an end. Seemed like my dreams were caving in. No tours, no calls, no singing with the stars. My career stopped just as fast as it started. But in the end, it all worked out for me. The best thing in life was my family. My name is Shanrae. I'm so calm, but don't mess with me. I'll keep the shirt off my back, and if I trust you, a lifelong friend, I'll be there. My name is Shanrae, but don't think you can play me. I'm not smart, but it don't mean that you can take advantage of me. welcome to Shanrae's March 2024 Indie Artist Music Showcase. This is the first showcase for the year of 2024. And we are so happy. Oh my goodness. Tonight, I'm going to be doing something a little different. I'm going to highlight one artist for tonight. And she is a wonderful, wonderful indie artist. She was on my June 2023 Indie Artist Showcase last year, and she has just blossomed and bloom so much within these last 9 months. And so this tonight, it is none other than Miss Samona herself, indie artist Miss Samona Music herself. All right, give it up, y'all. Woo!
Pressed on every side, I won't be defeated, no. God is with me in the valley. He'll help me move these mountains. Yeah. He always surrounds me with this love. Pressed on every side, I won't wear a frown. I'm not backing down. I win. Pressed on every side, I won't wear a frown. I'm not backing down. Persecuted and crucified, I try my best. I cry, they lied. They're in all the stress. All like a bear, I'm feeling bare and distressed. Not superwoman, don't have an S on my chest. But I say yes to his will. Been tried by fire, but I keep still. He'll make me more precious than gold. God is making me something you never seen before. Pressed on every side, I won't wear a frown. I'm not backing down. I win. Pressed on every side, I won't wear a frown. I'm not backing down. I'm running this race, enduring. Lord, why you gotta set this bar so high? Trying to do this right, don't wanna justify. The price is on my mind. Not money, clothes, rings, but eternal things. Gold is the road where I get my crown. Grace to set my pace, just to see his face would be absolutely amazing. Singing, I win, oh yeah.
Tonight, we're going to be showing a little bit of last year's interview with Samona, and then we have an updated interview, and we're going to be showing some of her music, and just sit back and relax and just learn about the artist herself, Miss Samona. So without further ado, here we go. Can you please tell the viewing audience who you are and where you're from?
Yes, so my name is Samona, and I am from Sacramento, California, very close to the Bay Area. That's where I'm from.
Yes, we got California in the house, y'all. So very quickly, we met, Samona and we just met very recently in Nashville.
Yes.
In Nashville, Tennessee.
Yes.
And we both were going for being considered for a tour for this year. They still have a third round of touring to go, so we're still waiting to see if we're going to be added to the tour.
Yes.
But that's how we met.
And we were amongst like thousands and thousands of indie artists.
Yes.
And I just loved her spirit when I first met her. Just so wonderful. She and her husband, and Samona is a very talented singer, very talented artist. And we had the pleasure and opportunity of singing in the studio together.
Yeah.
You want to tell them about the studio experience?
You know what? If I could have picked the scariest scenario as a singer, to be in a awesome studio with a bunch of real singers and like high level producers and be put on the spot by yours truly, Shanrae. I was like, oh my gosh, my heart was just palpitating. I didn't get a chance to do my little vocal exercises, none of that. You know, it was just go time. So I had to say a little prayer and I had to just rise to the occasion because I can't let fear tell me what to do.
And she did. Right.
So I said, you know what,
right.
God, if this is what you want me to do, then that's what I'm going to do. Of course, Shanrae was there with me in the studio. They had to pull her to kind of help calm me down, pull my husband, help calm me down. But, you know, as I began to pray and got my encouragement from the lovely Shanrae and my husband, I got through the moment and the rest was history. But that was stressful.
Yeah.
That was stressful. But it was blessed.
She sang, y'all. We were in the world famous Sound Kitchen Studios, where everyone from Elvis Presley to of course the world famous Dolly Parton and Katy Perry, and they did the Men in Black sound, sound their whole music cat thing with them, and just the list goes on and on. Hootie and the Blowfish, the list goes on and on and on. And we were blessed to be able to be in the sound studio, and out of all of the thousands of artists that we were recorded, our voices were recorded there.
Yes.
So the world famous Mr. Billy Smiley, the engineer himself, has our vocals on his master board.
Right. All glory to God.
Yes. When did you first get into the music scene as an indie artist?
So I started recording in about 2012. So I did like a small little release where I released 2 songs, Transparency and Fear. And, you know, in my ignorance, I said, you know what? I did my job. I recorded my songs. I'm going to put them out there and see what happens. And then what had happened was in 2020, I just felt this urge to start recording again. And quick caveat, I do feel called to do this. I'm not a limelight person. I don't want to be in the spotlight, none of that. But it is something calling me to record. And so it's just been a lot of rising up to the occasion to answer that call. But I was recording 2020, put a single out, put another one out. It was doing pretty good to my surprise. You know, I'm just a little shorty from California. You know, I'm like, okay, well, praise God.
You sure did.
Yeah. And so, you know, 2021 comes and my precious, loving brother, my twin, I call him my twin, but he was murdered. And my brother was so inspirational just with this whole musical journey. And he kept telling me even before he passed, Mona, you got to do more music. You got to keep going, and just always encouraging me. He was very brilliant with music. And when he passed away, I said, you know what? All the talent my brother had at 38 years old, he can't do nothing with it now. So ready or not, fear or not, I just got to do what I got to do. And
that's right.
Sometimes as artists, we want to be perfect. Everything has to be perfect. But I realize if I keep obsessing over it being perfect, I'll never get anything done. So that pushed me on my journey, and things have just been going up and up from there. So from 2020, started re-recording, and now we're here. So God has been blessing me with a lot of favor, and I've been blessed to meet some awesome people like the one and only legendary Shanrae. So I'm just going on with the ride. Yes.
So, number 3, can you tell the viewing audience what genre of music that you're titled as, and then also your targeted demographic? And I'm going to show some of your beautiful pictures here. I'm going to show some of them.
Thank you. So I'm a gospel artist, but I don't have like a traditional gospel sound. I love like the neo soul sound, but I am going to be branching out and kind of busting out of that genre a little bit. Sometimes you get pigeonholed into a sound on an indie level because that's all you have access to. So you get tracks, and I mean, yeah, I kind of vocalize in a neo soul kind of way. And so, but I'm working on branching out.
Climbing up this mountain, oh, something's trying to pull me down. I'm too high, I can't turn back now. Keep it moving, I can't give up now. Destiny's up that dusty road, but we're trekking that way. Oh, steady, steady, steady. Oh, eyes on the prize, I'm not letting go now. I got a glimpse, I can see your greatness. Destiny, God gave you to me. I want what's mine, fear and doubt get off me. Eyes on the prize, I'm not letting go now. Hey, destiny, you won't be the depth of me, you won't see. I'm getting weak, I'm okay, no, I can hardly breathe. It's in the past, I'm running out. Tell you how, ain't slowing down until I find the crown. Sweaty, relentless. Oh, I don't care. Depression, you better go. I've come too far, I'm not turning now. Eyes on the prize, I'm not letting go now. Hey, destiny, you won't be the depth of me, you won't see. I'm getting weak, I'm okay, no, I can hardly breathe. It's in the past, I'm running out. Tell you how, ain't slowing down until I find the crown. Your purpose is according to be a greatness that you might not see. Reaching out and following me against the wind. It's my destiny. Against the wind, it's my destiny. Against the wind, it's my destiny.
Woo! Yes. Oh my goodness. We have the artist herself, Miss Samona, and I call her music. Miss Samona Music herself. And we're here tonight doing our update interview.
Yes.
Samona, come on and tell the people, those that may not be familiar with you, tell them who you are, where you're from, and what type of music that you do.
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me on your Indie Artist Showcase. I'm so happy to be here. You know, I love you.
I
So
love
it's an honor. Thank you.
you too.
It's an honor and a privilege just to be here. But a little bit about me. So I am an indie artist, actually a gospel indie artist with a twist because, you know, I'm not really a traditional gospel artist, but I love the Lord and God is my favorite subject. So I love to sing about him. And I am from Sacramento, California, you know, kind of near the Bay Area. And yeah, that's where I'm at. That's what I do.
And I want to show them this beautiful picture of you really quick. I'm going to pop in and pop back out, but I'm just, you know, you have such a breathtaking, picturesque of you. And this is a beautiful professional artistry photo of Samona herself. So I wanted to pop in and show them this picture of you as we move on. Okay, so we have to pick up from the last time we spoke and we did an interview on you, which was June 2023. And so that is 9 months. We're going almost 3 months from now will be a year. So we're going to delve right in. I may interject a little bit to show some pictures and everything. And I do want, if you want to start out once again, for those that are not familiar with your story, if you would tell them what motivated you to get started in your artistry and when you got started.
So I've been singing for a long time. I've been singing since I was a little kid, but I was just one of those really shy kids and people didn't know I could sing, but I would practice all the time. I'd go in my closet and sing in the corner of the wall so I could practice my pitch and my tone. And it's just kind of developed from there. I've always loved music. I've always played instruments. I played the saxophone. And so I kind of started there.
Beautiful.
Yeah, but then when I turned about 17, 18, 19 in that area, I started going to the recording studio and I learned that singing in a studio is a lot of work. And so I really, you know, honed in my skill and just really worked really hard, paid my little money. I was single, so I, you know, spent my extra money on that. Right. And my brother, Justin, was always right there with me. My little brother, Edwin, does music too, but me and Justin are closer in age and we're very, very close. And so we would always have ideas, we would write together, and he just always encouraged me musically. So I always felt comfortable expressing myself musically around him. And so I would record songs and he'd be like, no, Mona, you need to do this and you need to do that. I'm like, okay, bro. And I'd go back and redo it. And then finally I started, after COVID, I started going to the studio, and actually a different studio. So, you know, I was going to those other kind of studios, you know, where you just pay your money.
Yes.
Whatever you do. And they're just like, God bless you, pay me money.
Yes.
Yeah. I was doing all that. And then I said, you know what? All those studios are closed. So the only studio I knew to go to was the guy that would mix and master my stuff. But he was like really, really, really good. Like if you're like 2 degrees sharp, he's like, what is that? So I was like, ooh, I don't know if I want to record with him, but he was the only one open and his name is Brian Porter. So I started singing, you know, going to his studio to record. First song I recorded there was Heart Sings. And so it did really well. It charted in the UK and all of that. And my brother Justin said, keep going. You got to keep going. And so I was like, okay, bro. So I was kind of like doing music here and there. You know, eventually I came out with more music. Me and Justin actually did a song together that's on Spotify. Vocals are a little, I won't say they're rusty, but they're more immature, you know.
Okay. It's all right.
Done. But me and Justin wrote the song Transparency. You'll hear the growth. It's all about growth.
That's right.
And so me and Justin did this song Transparency before we did Heart Sings. And then of course I did Heart Sings, did other music, and then we kind of slowed it down. And I was working on this song called Wilderness. And I actually had been working on it for a few years. And I remember going to the gas station, parking my car, calling Justin and singing this hook to him. And I was like, bro, I want to do this song and let me sing it for you. And so of course he's critiquing it and telling me what to do and all of that good stuff. You know how it is. And so I was like, okay, bro. So I finally, a few years later, you know, went back into the studio and I started working on it again. And I actually called him and said, bro, I'm going to go into the studio. Remember that song I sang for you at the gas station? I'm going to go record it. So I did. And a week later, he was murdered. And I had the studio session booked to go back in. Now this is, I mean, we're right in the heart of grief, like just smack dab in it. But it's really hard to get in with Brian. And so I really didn't want to cancel. And so I went to the studio, I let him know what happened, and I was just in total grief. And Brian's real tall, he's about 6'3", 6'4", and he just tapped me on the forehead and he said, now you can go home if you want. He said, I'm not going to say that you have to stay and do the session. He said, or he said, you could take all that grief, and he said, and you can sing all that emotion, everything. And he said, and put it into this song. And that's when I changed the second verse and I talked about my brother passing and things like that. And so it was just really interesting how the timing aligned with that. But that song, when I did that song, came out near, I want to say, by the time Justin's funeral was, I want to say the song came out around that time. Okay. And so it moved really quickly. But I have a contact in Finland, and they put the song on the radio. They shopped it, and it got like a really good response. I was like, wow, you know, because to me it's my song, but I'm trying to get out there and trying to do what Justin always encouraged me to do. And so it just took off from there. And so things just kept happening and happening and happening. But that catapulted me into really taking music seriously. I say all the time, when I saw Justin laying there in that casket and I realized how gifted and talented he was, and that when the clock stops, that's it. Right. You do whatever you've done, like you got to get your work done. I don't care if you're I don't care what's going on with you. Whatever God put in you to do, you don't want the clock to stop and you didn't do or fulfill what God put in you. So I really had that epiphany when that happened, and I've just been going ever since.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. And I want to go back and say, I love how you all had a similar type of Ray J, Brandy type of feel, because Brandy always tells people during interviews that Ray J is the one who critiques her. He comes and he tells her, no, sing the song like this, sing it like that. And so as you were talking and describing how you and your brother worked together musically, that's all I can think about was Ray J and Brandy. And I was like, wow, yes, very, very similar. And you see how, and the talent, both y'all, even you and your brother, the talent is just phenomenal. But I love how when siblings, brothers and sisters can say, listen, do this, you can do this better, you know, and then you don't get discouraged, and then you can take critique and take it and say, thank you, I respect what you're saying. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna do this again, I'm gonna do it better. Yes, I love that. Yes. So now we have to talk about what has transpired with the artist Samona in the last 9 months. So from June, we're getting ready to jump from June 2023 on. All right. So can we go on and start right now, Miss Samona, and tell the viewing audience what happened after June of 2023?
So this would have been after the objective, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So after we went to the objective, and that's where you and I met, and I was able to be afforded some additional opportunities, and that is really because of you and just stepping out on faith to even go to the objective. But like I said, I know I've already told this story, but it's just so hilarious. When we were sitting in that studio and I was like, you got in there, killed it, just blow. I mean, you was blowing. I got the footage and everything. You was singing in the studio. Dupree was playing. It was great. It was Sunday. We was feeling good. I'm like, yes, we're going back to the hotel. Church is out. No.
No.
You pointed to me and you told Billy you wanted me to sing. I was like, no.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Because I'm shy, and that's something I'm working on this year, situational adaptability, which is just being ready to pivot and being ready to go when you gotta go. So you put me on the spot, you made me be strong right there in the moment, and you helped me through the moment. But because you made me sing, look at how God works.
Yes.
Look at the door that opened.
Ooh, a big door, a wide door, a wide door.
Yeah. So ever since that happened, I went back to Tennessee at least 2 more times to record at the Sound Kitchen Studios, and we were at the Omni in Nashville. So yeah, that was pretty amazing. And I got to, for the first time, record with session players that were really, really good. And so Billy has a process, Billy Smiley, who's the producer I've been working with, and that has been helping me with artist development.
That's Billy right there, y'all. That is the famous Grammy. He's been nominated, 26 times
yeah,
with Grammys, and how many times with Dove? Oh my, the Dove Award.
Something crazy.
I'm telling you, he is, and he's so low key. But this is the legendary, phenomenal producer extraordinary Billy Smiley from the Sound Kitchen Studios in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And he's really cool to work with because he's patient and he understands that you got to keep a certain environment for an artist. Yes. We had a situation occur where, we had some other energy come into the studio and they were not as positive. I mean, they meant well, but, just a little too
negative.
Yeah, too negative. And so it always changes the atmosphere. But Billy was always trying to kind of keep it balanced because he just wanted me to be free to express. Now, if there was anything he felt like, maybe a little less vibrato or do this or try this note, he would kindly say it and we would do it until we got it. And so I found that working in that environment, I could move really quick. So when we went down there, we did about 5 songs, and then I came back to Tennessee, and I want to say we did 3 more. So I
believe the first time you said, I'm sorry to interject, it was 5 songs in 2 days.
No, the last time we came down, we did 3 songs in 2 days. But the first time I was there a week, but we didn't really start recording until like 2 days in. So I guess about 3 days. Yeah, we pumped out some songs. We did songwriting first, and it was really, this part just blesses me because let me tell you something. You already know, I'm so apostolic. I'm so Pentecostal, okay? And I love the King James Version, right? So I just love the poetry of it all. But people don't understand that. But the deep thing that I got with the songwriting and stuff, and the scriptural piece that I got with that is when Jesus was talking to the multitudes, he didn't give them the mysteries of the kingdom. He did storytelling.
Yes, he
did. And the Bible says he that wins souls must be wise. So that's what opened me up. Let me find I know what my message is, but let me try to find another way to approach songwriting in a way where more people, not just people in the church, can understand or draw inspiration or joy or peace from my music. And so that's something that we were really able to accomplish with Billy, because we really got to work through it, think through it, use scripture, use different words and different things like that. And so Flowing will be dropping on this Friday. So you know on Spotify though, it always comes out at 9 o'clock on Thursday. Yeah, it's just a little something, you know.
I'm so glad you told me that because I should have known that.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. I'm so busy looking at YouTube because it drops early on YouTube.
That's true. That's true.
Okay, yes. All right. Thank you for telling me that about Spotify.
You're welcome.
All right. You want to go on and introduce Flowing to the audience?
Everyone, I am so excited for you to hear this new song called Flowing. And let me tell you something. This was a collaboration between Nashville and Sacramento. We got heavy hitters on this song. We came together to formulate this unique sound and worship, and I pray that you enjoy it.
Flowing like water, a melody, springing from my soul, heart full of worship and gratitude. I won't hold back anymore. You are so patient, I'm your patient. Heal my heart and restore. You are my rock, you keep me grounded. Part of your flock, 1%. You came and found me, heaven sent. Here's my offering. So lift up this rock, the strongest tower. We're on the clock, 24/7. Follow my heartstring, a symphony. Here is my offering. Flowing like water, melody, springing from my soul, heart full of worship, gratitude, won't hold back my praise. Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, you've been so good. Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, you've been so good. Flowing like water, melody, springing from my soul, heart full of worship, gratitude, won't hold back my praise. Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, you've been so good. Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, you've been so good. Flowing like water, melody, springing from my soul, heart full of worship, gratitude, won't hold back my praise. Flowing like water, melody, springing from my soul, heart full of worship, gratitude, won't hold back my praise. Hear the song, flowing like Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, you've been so good. Hear the song, heart full of worship, oh Lord, oh Lord. Hear the song I sing, won't hold back my praise. Hear the song I sing, you are my heart.
Woo! Okay. Ooh, guys. Isn't that song so flowing? Isn't that something? Ooh, oh my goodness. Would you tell the viewing audience what was your inspiration for Flowing?
You know, I wrote that song in my dining room, and it really was supposed to be an acoustic piece. So yeah, so I had the words, I had the melody, and I took it to Billy, and he started doing these mysterious chords. And then Eric, my husband, said, I got an idea. So then he says, instead of going acoustic, why don't you do this sound? So we played this sound, and we were like, that's interesting. So Billy did the skeleton. So we composed it in the studio. I sang it, and then we took it to the programmer, which is Jonathan Crone. He's also, Grammy awarded and all those things. So he has the ear, he knows what to do, and he's very efficient. So as soon as we showed him the idea, he did it like that. So he did that. Yeah. And then we went back to the studio to kind of fine tune my vocals. So we brought it back to Sacramento, and then I played it for Brian Porter, and Brian Porter was like, but I hear something. So we remixed it again, sent it back to Billy, let Billy hear it. So it became this nice collaboration. And then finally, Brian said, you know what, you're missing one thing on this song. He said, there's one thing you need. He said, you need strings. Yeah. I said, okay, well, who could do strings for me? And then that's when he was like, DOA, Derek Allen. All right. He's pretty booked. So I was like, you know what, I hope I can get to him in a timely manner, because I know he's really busy. But thankfully I was able to get him. He did the song very quickly, and we were like, whoa. So just as an artist, I learned in that space how these elements of adding, even if you have something that's more like a beat, but you have somebody who's really like good with the guitar or the whatever, or something. Adding that extra element just took it to another place.
It does. It always does. It always does. Oh my goodness. And when I listened to it over and over and over and over again, I had some time, and I was like, and so, I'm listening to everything, and I'm listening to your oohs and your eyes. And I was like, I love the way you interjected. Y'all heard it for yourself. And guys, go download it. Buy it and download it. It's on all streaming platforms or Amazon. Go get it. Yes. It's a little, was it $129 for the single?
Yes. On my website, it's SamonaMusic.com. It's $129.
$129. That's it. Make it a part of your playlist. I'm telling you, I've listened to it over and over and over again. And I'm a harmony melody type of person, but I love the way Samona, she puts her personality into her music, and she gives her the little bit of ahs and oohs, and it means so much. It enhances her music by the way she does her backgrounds, and I was like, oh yes, this is nice. I love it. Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes. So how you have done almost basically an entire album with Billy Smiley.
Pretty much. I mean, at this point, we have 8 songs, and we have another remix that's coming out. Yeah, with another participant at The Objective. Bye. Remember the rapper?
Yes.
So he's remixing. Yeah, he's remixing "Hey Destiny." So we already have his stem. So I'll be back in the studio on Friday.
All right.
Working on a remix.
Oh, I cannot wait. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. So you have music coming out. What are you going to be doing as far as live shows or anything? You have anything that's getting ready to come up?
Yes, so I will be in Napa at the DoubleTree Hotel. We're doing this event. It's a prayer breakfast, but it's going to be a beautiful event. I've done a lot of different things earlier this year as well, but we definitely are planning to have a concert. We have an investor, and we really want to get out there. But my main thing was I really wanted to get more material, so I have more to choose from with my stage show. So I hope when this time comes that I could, fly you down here or do something for you to be here with us.
Oh, I'm coming. I'm coming because I have to see your entire show. I've got to witness this and say, okay, guys, I told you all, watch out for Samona. Okay, the up and coming, the rising artist. I'm telling you, and I mean, your voice is just amazing, and it's just so, and it's anointed too. Like you just said a few minutes ago to the viewing audience that you are a Christ-loving person, individual who lives for the Lord. And your music, you have your style, but it all represents the Lord. And then I love how your delivery and your message. You're meeting people right where they are. You really are, with your indie type style of music, and girl, and then your viewers, your listeners, a lot of them are not Christians.
No,
they're not. You're grabbing them. You're bringing them in. I love that.
but that's what I want to do, and I think gospel artists have to be very careful with condemning other people for their sound.
Yes, yes.
Because there's an element of control in that to me.
It is.
Because we're not going to all do it the same way.
No.
We're just not all going to express the same way. And so sometimes I do have trepidation, but I can't help how it comes out of me. It just comes out of me that way.
That's
and
right.
So, yeah, and I make music for the church, or hopefully church people feel like they can, get something out of it. But I really want my hooks to hook the unsaved, or people,
yes,
or people who are backsliders.
Right.
I want to work with them. That's where my heart is.
That's right. That's right. And that's what Jesus did. Jesus, when he walked the earth for those 3 years doing his ministry, he was going after the unsaved.
That's what I want.
He wasn't, he, of course, he let everybody, those that know, those Christians, or at the time, God believers at the time, because things were changing over, right. And those that wanted to believe that he was the Son of God, they did, and those that didn't, they did not. That's right. Fine. But he went, like he fished for, like you said, the unsaved. And with our gifts and our talents, this is what we do. I have a little bit of both. I have a friend of mine who's an indie artist, and she's very much, her gift is very much, she's not indie, but she's more of that groove type vibe. So when she gets up to minister at different places or award shows, she doesn't sound like the normal. She has a different sound. And so some accept it and some don't. But you know what? Her music is reaching the masses out, just like yours is, overseas, and people, the unchurched, are drawn to it, and then they're able to hear the message and actually receive the message. So keep going. God didn't create us all to be the same. We're all unique in our own characters. I have a little gospel. I got a little R&B. I got a little pop. Yeah. And I utilize it whichever way God gives me to do it. My message will always be Christ first. Even if I'm singing about a situation, it's still going to always be positive and come out. So the same thing with you. You keep going. You keep doing it. That's right. Amen. That's right. Yes. So listen, guys, we right here, we're on the forefront. Y'all gonna watch Samona continue to soar, and y'all gonna be like, oh, I remember when she was, just really hitting it. And I'm telling you, she's about to blow up, y'all. God placed her with some of the best producers, people who are Grammy nominated, Dove Award nominated, well known, who actually have taken her on and said, I'm going to go on and continue to push you through these doors that I've been through. And when I say that's a blessing, it's a blessing. That's a blessing. And to sit here and to witness it, I'm telling you, this month we had to just highlight just you and your work, because within 9 months, your artistry has grown and blown up and developed so much. Guys, keep watching them. Keep watching us. Is there anything else you wanted to say to the viewing audience concerning your artistry and also with encouraging them?
Well, I have more music that will be coming out. In addition to singing about the Lord, like I feel like I'm an encourager, like I'm an exhorter. And so I have even a song that's really, really cool that's coming out. It's called Live. We're still working on it, but that song is about the person who has a hard time getting out of bed, maybe struggling with depression. Right. And that song is telling that person to live. And so I'm very concerned with the brokenhearted, the depressed, people who are in grief, people who have church hurt. And so I never expected any of this to happen. Listen, I never saw myself doing interviews and being on radio stations and things like that. I was so afraid to put a song out. So and the Lord I feel like he's causing it to accelerate. And my job is to just try to be ready. So definitely keep me in your prayers. And I pray to that my music will reach who it's supposed to reach. And I'm so thankful to have met you. You have helped me. You've encouraged me. I have used your tips. I'm so serious. And I'm also an L&D specialist. So I facilitate. And so I was telling them about what you taught me at my job at SMUD. It's a blessing to have people around you who care and that are genuine, because there was a time in my life I really used to pray like, Lord, like, can you send me a mentor? Can you send me sometimes some of the popular kids always have the entourage and and all of that.
They do.
Just struggling, like, I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna do it. But I just wanted that little extra. But I thank God now that I wasn't in those in crowds, because they all sound the same.
Yes.
And so I wasn't, that rejection helped me to be unique. My rejection helped me to say, oh, I'm gonna push that envelope. You might not, but I will. And I'm gonna do it in Jesus' name. Yes, I am.
That's right.
We're not gonna all be singing the same way. We gonna use inflections in here. And I'm not gonna run every 2.5.
Right.
Come on, church. I wish I had it.
Yes.
Anyway.
Girl, I'm telling you, girl. Yeah. You singing. Sing. Yes.
Yeah, so there's a time and place for it all. But I'm just saying, I thank God for where he's taken me, and I'm just going along for the ride. And just pray for me. Pray for me. And I'm gonna keep putting music out, and hopefully you follow me on my journey and support my music.
Guys, this is such a treat to be able to interview with Samona, so you all can see what has been going on with her, all of the good news that's been happening these last 9 months. It hasn't even been a year, and I'm telling you, just things are just exploding. These wide doors have been opening for you. God has just been placing her within the right people, with the right people in the right areas, in the right situations. And I just love, and you heard how she talked about how she's overcoming her fear and her insecurity sometimes when it comes to singing. And I say it all the time. That's something that I've always struggled with as well. I always get very nervous before I sing, before I minister. And it's just something that for years that I've experienced as well. So I understand. But what I started telling the Lord, like I shared with you before, God, if this is what you want me to do, you're going to have to take to calm my nerves. You're going to have to calm my fears so I can do what you called me to do. And God he's showing you that this is what he called you to do. And as you do it, now it's okay to get a little nervous, because sometimes if you're a little bit too cocky or a little bit too confident, then things, how I always say, where's God going to get the glory?
Amen.
So, you know what I'm saying? So it's going to
be made perfect in our weakness.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. But it's the truth. Yes, it's the truth. And so I totally understand, because I've had to practice what I've taught and with everything, what I've shared. And so even like I said, even now, someone asked me to sing, if I want to minister somewhere, I have to really, really pray and say, God, I need you to calm my nerves so I can do what you called me to do, but I'm telling you, this is watching your artistry and watching your walk as you're moving higher and higher. And I wanted to highlight you this month because I want to encourage other indies. You need to see that your journey, it is not in vain. You need to see, continue to do it. If God told you to do it, if you know that this is what you were called to do, to share your artistry, don't give up.
That's right.
Don't give up. Keep going. I know sometimes it doesn't happen when you feel it should happen, but it's going to happen. And you are reaching people. Trust me, you're reaching people. So don't stop. Continue to do what you were created to do. And look at Samona. Look at her walk. Look at how things are opening up. And because you've seen that it's happening for her, watch, it's going to start happening for you. So
Yes.
this was a highlight purposely because I want you all to be encouraged as indies. Be encouraged. Continue doing, continue singing, continue producing, continue doing your music. And you're going to see things are going to open up and they're going to blossom the way God showed you they are going to. Look at this. She is a living, walking, talking witness. And if God is doing it for her, he's going to do it for you too.
Yes. I would like to say that you really can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. I heard a preacher say the other day, and it just blessed me. He said, you know, when God created Adam, he said Adam never went to school. All he had was the Spirit of the Lord, like the breath of God in him, and it gave him all the intelligence that he needed. And that reminded me of the scripture that says, it's not by my power, it's not by might, but it's by his Spirit. So if you got the Spirit of the Lord inside of you, you know what? Even if you don't have the Holy Ghost, look, I'm Pentecostal, but you have the breath of God in you. That's God. And
Yes.
you are more than a conqueror, and you can do everything that he created you to do.
Yes.
Right?
That's
And he
right.
can open doors with or without school.
That's right.
Without being, you know, professionally trained or whatever the case may be.
That's
So
right.
I just want to encourage you, along with what Shanrae said, to keep going. And you don't know what God is going to do for you.
No, you don't. I tell you. All right. Well, this has been our update interview with Samona Music herself. You all have a wonderful evening. Thank you, Samona.
You're welcome. Thank you, Shanrae.
Well, this has been Shanrae's March 2024 Indie Artist Music Showcase, where I highlighted one amazing indie artist, Miss Samona Music herself. Thank you all for tuning in for tonight, and I look forward to you all joining me once again June 2024, where I will highlight a few more amazing indie artists and their journeys. So good night, everybody. See you in June. Good night.